Wow, hey everyone. I cannot believe it is Tuesday, June the 25th. And literally a few days from now, it's going to be like July. Like, where the hell is the time going? So, welcome to another Tech Talk Tuesday. This is me, Digital Femme. I am live streaming currently on Metaverse Radio and also I guess I'm also hosting a Twitter/X space. And yeah, live streaming video behind the scenes. I do have people joining, so right now I'm going to open up the room of what's it called? The Twitter space. I really don't know why I do this to myself. So, hi Rose. It's so good to see you. I'm just going to just get set up here. So today's topic is kind of like a bunch of stuff. I do want to bring up BrainTech Robotics, and there's a history behind that. And hopefully the CEO and co-founder will make it to join. I know that he's in between meetings and he's just like super busy. But anyway, I hope Patrick Moniz can join before this ends. And if he doesn't, then, we can always have him back. In addition to, I want to talk about the closing of the Ontario Science Centre. Now, I know for those of you on Metaverse Radio and like probably the people listening in on Twitter Space and watching the YouTube stream or YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter stream, you probably may not have heard of it if you are not like in Canada or in Ontario or in the Toronto area. But the Ontario Science Centre is like, it was like it is what had inspired me when I was a child. And I'll get more on that later. I do want to say, since we are live streaming on Metaverse Radio, I will put up my little note and say that this program's content does not necessarily represent the views of Metaverse Radio and is for entertainment only. It is not legal, medical, financial, or investment advice. The host, guest speakers, artists, and other collaborators may have personal or financial interest in the subjects they discuss. So please critically assess the information presented. Not all content is appropriate for all ages. Listener discretion is advised. And I know that not always, but once in a while, I kind of like forget this to play this sort of like intro music that I made that I didn't make. I kind of like got an AI to create it. So right now, while I'm like, everything's still kind of chill, I'm going to play it. La 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 la. Okay, here we go. Da da da.
Tuesday with Digital Fam on X Spaces, Metaverse Radio, and live streaming online. Grab a coffee and listen or watch. Share the link with your friends. It's about to start, so here we go.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, to be honest, I never know how that really sounds after the fact. I do not listen to or watch any of my recordings after I do anything. I know I should to see if I can improve and stuff like that. But to be honest, I don't mind doing these things like speaking and being on video, but I just don't want to watch it or listen to it back. It just makes me really cringe. Hi, Rose. How are you? I'm so glad you got to join. Here's another thing about me. I know that you're technically, well, not technically, but yeah, technically, and from a brand sense, when your space opens up on Twitter, I'm talking about, or X, you should share it and get people to retweet and stuff like that. But I'm not like that. It is the most craziest thing. I will tell people you need to do that, but I don't know. Like, I'm actually fine if I could just keep talking and being like this, and that's it. It speaks to that part of me where I don't know, that's the introvert side of me, if believe it or not, if you can even believe that. Anyway, I am going to reach out to Patrick Moniz to see if he can join. I did send him something a little bit earlier to say that, hey, I know you're busy, and we did speak yesterday. We did speak last night. However, I kind of like sprung it on him. I knew I wanted him on in my previous Tech Talk Tuesday, and he was scheduled, but then he wasn't able to make it, so that was fine. And now I just like said, you're going to be on. And I believe like he didn't really realize it was today, so my bad. Anyway, let's get to it. So for those of you listening on Metaverse Radio, welcome, and thank you again for listening in. So All right, because it's Tech Talk Tuesday, and I know like a lot of people on Twitter, especially, there are a lot of things right now, like buzzwords going around. There is like talk of like AI and augmented reality and mixed reality and like the blockchain and all these crypto and meme coins. Well, this is not really that topic. Today, we're not going to discuss that, although we might touch upon it. I really wanted to talk about, remember in RL, in the real world before digital came about, and we had to learn like science experiments, like from like the classroom, or I don't know, your parents bought you science kits and you got to play with them and like with your hands instead of like creating everything digitally. That's what this episode of Tech Talk Tuesday is going to be about. And I did mention, so the Ontario Science Center, Google it now or Bing it or whatever you guys is. Ontario Science Center is situated in North York in Toronto, Ontario, my hometown. It's not even a town. I grew up in Toronto. It's a huge city. I grew up there. And I think the first time I went to the Ontario Science Center was when I was 9 years old. And it was like fantastic. It was like back then one of the most modern buildings that I knew anyway, that I could fathom and see. And it was great because it was this huge, oh my God, I wouldn't call it a venue. It was this huge building with different levels, and it sprawled over a gorgeous area that overlooked a ravine and a river, and it was like perfect. Like I remember that. So the Ontario Science Center was exactly that, a science center, and it covered everything in that imaginable for science. And the great thing about it is not only did it have like displays and little rooms that you could, like you could watch shows or little video clips about it, but it was really interactive. Like you can learn about electricity, you can learn about motion and like the engines and stuff like that, and chemistry, all hands on, because they had these physical displays. I just want to take note that I'm also hosting on X Space or Twitter Space, and Full Stack just came on. Hey, Full Stack Prince. I just wanted to reach out to say hi. Thank you for joining. I'm just going to read his bio here. I think it's applicable to this topic today. I started my coding journey in July 2022, diving headfirst into the world of front-end development. And then he says here, I am on a mission to become a full stack developer. All right. And you know what? We definitely support your mission. We support any advance. Anyway, we all in this space, and the people that know me, the communities that I am in, we definitely support anyone advancing themselves in technology and otherwise. So it's really great to have you in. I am going to be talking about the Ontario Science Center closing just a bit, but I also want to talk about BrainTech Robotics, and also the difference between, not the difference, but what are the advantages and disadvantages of like learning interactively hands-on. No, I'm not talking about robotic hands either. Okay, like your real hands, as opposed to learning digitally. And the only thing with the hands is like you either have some kind of like, I don't know, mouse, keyboard, or whatever. There's got to be a difference. I do not claim to be like a neuroscientist or like an educator or anything like that. Pretty soon I will open it up to this. I will open up the space for people to discuss things, but I do want to get to certain points that I wanted to hit. So, Full Stack. I saw. He just. I don't know if I'm X-rugged him. I know you can't see on the live stream and on Metaverse Radio, but he asked to speak, and I think he went down. But we'll see. We'll try to see if we can have him back. So the Ontario Science Center, I do have some links prepared, and I will share them. Now I just gotta like prepare them to be shared. So it was interesting last night. It's funny how things work out, because honestly, I was going to talk about. I wanted to talk about the pros and cons, or benefits and values, and or disadvantages of learning like hands-on, like with your hands or in your space, as opposed to things digitally. And now I know that in terms of education, there are now platforms like virtual reality and augmented reality, and now even AI, where people are learning. And this just hasn't happened. This has been going on for 20 years, guys. Yeah. Even AI, they have been and AR, they've been learning and in like the deep recesses of enterprise or corporate or the military or governments and sciences. They've been doing that, and now it's just coming to the forefront of mainstream. So I lost my thought, and that happens. Ho ho ho! My goodness, I need to have like a soundboard, and I do. Anyway, I digress. So I no legit guys, I really lost my oh yeah. So I don't claim to be an educator or anything, but I did want to discuss that those differences. And then I was going on Facebook and LinkedIn for another account, and I happened to see that the Ontario Science Center closed, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And it closed abruptly. So apparently, imagine this: imagine a venue, a huge venue that has like programs that's attached to institutional like education learning centers, and they have collaborations with schools and other private entities for like camps throughout the year learning for science and technology, in addition to open to the public and the tourists where they can come in, and it's like a museum for science and exploration. Okay, so imagine you're driving to work, and then you see construction going on, and then these construction people are putting up wide fences, and you're like, what the hell's going on? And then you see a sign saying closed, like no warning. Now mind you, there were some, I guess not warnings, but I'm pretty sure I read bits of it last night. Something about they knew that they had to, that the science center building, the Ontario Science Center building is old. I don't know. I forgot when it opened, but it's more than like 20, 30 years old, I believe. You can check on that. I could be wrong. I didn't fact check this. But I know that there is plans on transferring and building or erecting a new science center in some other location. And they were going to do that seamless transition, except it wasn't seamless because the current Ontario Science Center, they just like literally a few days ago on June 21st, they just put up fences, and it was closed. And that it's creating quite the drama. I kind of looked a bit last night just to see, and I'm not going to get into the drama part. Unfortunately, I do not live in Toronto at the moment, so I'm not really, I haven't kept abreast on what's going on. But I did want to bring the Ontario Science Center up because, number one, it's closing. It's closed. You can't get in. And apparently there's some, like, not conspiracy theories, but conspiracy theories. There's some other things that there's some perceptions that people have of why it closed abruptly. I don't know if it's political. There's probably some political things attached to it. I don't know. That's not what I'm going to talk about. All I know is that I feel really saddened and disheartened that the Ontario Science Center, that location anyway, has closed, and I don't even know when the new one is going to come on. I remember being 9 years old, and I think obviously I went with I think the first time I went there was with a school, was with a class, obviously, and it was like fantastic. Like you can touch like metal balls, and can make your hair stand up like with static, and you learn. And there were so many things you can learn about fulcrum, and pivots, and like the law of motion and how water, the properties of water. Like it was just fantastic. I haven't been there forever, but I can imagine, and I still will, all the imaginations that can stir up. I think that to me, the Ontario Science Center is like a Willy Wonka's chocolate factory for science and technology. That's how I saw it. Like I remember when I first entered there, it was just like, and I'm sure it's changed a lot since then, but still, it was like fantastic for me. And I was thinking, I wanted to cover this in the Tech Talk Tuesday about integration with hands-on or something digitally. And then oh my God, I feel like I'm talking in circles. And then I saw a post by one of my colleagues / good friends that he's again he's hosting the BrainTech Robotics summer camps. Now, BrainTech Robotics, I will bring that up. So here's something that's interesting. So I decided, you know what? They have always been hosting summer camps, like technology summer camps, BrainTech Robotics. And I thought maybe, the time that Patrick Winnies comes on, gets to talk about BrainTech Robotics. I mean, this thing has been going on for, I think over a decade. Wait a minute. I touched upon him I think in 2016, 2015, 2017, we reconnected, and I had worked with him on creating some pitch decks for BrainTech Robotics and pitching it to like some like the interior government entities because of STEM. And if you're listening to this on Metaverse Radio or on my live stream and or on watching on Twitter X, yeah, live stream or the spaces, you know that STEAM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. No, STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And then now it's STEAM. They included art in it. Why? Because literally art is almost like art is starting to be like the intersect of technology. There's a lot of people using technology through art. Hello, digital art, NFTs. I think Beeple was one of the first people, I don't quote me on that, to really make a name for not himself, but the appreciation of that art can be digital. And then there's also like digital. There's a lot of digital designers, like that. No, there's a lot of fashion designers, like hands-on fashion designers, seamstresses that are taking on like 3D modeling and creating digital design. So to me, art is definitely an intersect of these technologies. So hence STEAM or STEM. So BrainTech Robotics was formed because of that. I believe Patrick Beniz has a daughter, and as she was growing up, he was probably thinking, and I hope he gets to say it himself. Oh, I'd like to do a shout out to Elias. He just entered on the Twitter space. So hey Elias, it's good to see you here, but I'm going to continue on. I know that Patrick Beniz, one of the motivations for, I just hope he just joins us. But one of the motivations for founding BrainTech Robotics is because when his daughter was born, I remember him telling me this. He imagined what her future would be like, and he knew that he wanted to give her as much opportunity as he could, or opportunities that he didn't have growing up. And he knew, or his belief was that if you were to empower her with the right tools or technological tools also, then her future would be a lot better in terms of providing her with opportunities and empowering her to, like make her own money, be her own person. And because we know that technology always technology in the future goes hand in hand. It's almost like you can't have a future without the evolution of, and the evolution of is always innovation of things. So that's what that's what I remember him telling me. So we met up with oh, BrainTech Robotics. Whoa, I'm so glad. See, I knew it. I did tell Patrick Moniz that, you know what, to show up anytime the show's on. It's going to be a chill thing. What I'm going to do is, I remember that logo, and I miss that logo so much. I'm going to invite BrainTech Robotics to speak. So I've sent you an invite. You should be seeing it on your phone, and then all you have to do is accept the speaker request. And please, tech, Twitter/X Elon, do not fail me today. I'm gonna wait a while. There's always like a little wait between people accepting the speaker request. And I will say that BrainTech Robotics, I believe you are Patrick Moniz. If you are on, I'm pretty sure you're on mobile, but if you are on a browser, you definitely still can accept to speak on the browser. I will throw you the speaker again, the mic, I mean. Oh, it's happening. Oh, yay! He kind of come up. Oh, yeah, he's connecting. All right. Okay. Before we do connect, BrainTech Robotics, I'm so happy you're here. I just want to do a shout out to Drano, Alex, Seamoon. Thank you for joining. And Rose, she was here from the very beginning, and she still is. Shout out to the Mainnet Xenu community. And yes, Patrick, this is you, correct?
It is indeed. It is indeed.
It isn't. Oh my God, I loved. Oh, I miss hearing your voice.
This is my sister, digital fan. What's happening?
It's real cool. It's cool. So, are you on mobile phone? Are you on the browser? What's going on?
No, I'm on my PC. Opera is the browser. I could see you. My camera is on and my mic is on. I don't know how this works, but
Well, you know
Um,
what? You know what? I love doing tech on the fly. I really do. And you know what? If I send you a link, do you think you can come on video?
hey, if you wish me to come on video, I come on video for you, sure.
I love this. Thank God you're not a woman. Some women like, oh no. Okay, let me see. Okay, so these spaces, this live stream, by the way, is a behind the scenes, so it's nothing profesh. But you know what? I'm gonna get you come on video. There's a backstory between Patrick and I, and let me freaking get the link. Da, da, da. Okay, okay, I'm
We
gonna
gotta
give
do
you.
this.
I will give you the link on LinkedIn. Is that okay?
If you want to do it that way, sure. Then
What
I'll just,
What's the easiest way for me to give you the link? Twitter?
I think, yeah, pass it,
Pass the
this way.
duchy on the left hand side. I didn't even know what a duchy was until I knew what a duchy was. It is
Well, now you know. Now everybody knows what a duchy is now, for real.
it's marijuana, right?
Oh, and how? Yep,
Okay.
and how. You send it. You send me the link in every form that you can.
Yep.
So that if one fails, I'll try another. So I'm gonna try right now.
Okay, so
This LinkedIn.
when you join, there's going to be feedback. I love doing this on the fly, I really do. There's going to be feedback, so you're gonna have to mute yourself on Twitter, and people could I don't even know, Good luck. Or you know what? You might need to mute. You know what? You might need to mute yourself. I know this is weird. You might need to mute yourself on the video, and people can just hear you on what's it called, on the Twitter space, and they'll still be able to hear you for American Express as a sponsor. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
I'd be
I
rugged.
yeah, I don't even know where I am right now on the screen, but
Okay, I
um,
sent you a link somewhere, and you're supposed to like log in. It's going to say, oh, blah, 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 and join
mhm.
in with a name, and then ta-da, and I'll see you come on.
All right, sounds like a plan. Hold on a minute.
Hey, Cortez. Ooh, hey, Larry. Thanks you for joining the space. I know Larry said, I just met Larry last week. Well, not really. I heard Larry last week on a space, and it was like one of these tech spaces that I'm like, oh my god, I want to learn. I want to know what about that topic. I forgot what that topic was, and then instead the speaker didn't show up, so they ended up just it was like a really cool chill space talking, and then I heard Larry and he was talking about Asian aunties and all that, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah. So and then I followed him, and then here we are. Are you here? I don't see you pop up, BrainTech Robotics.
No, I've lost my way. Just give me a second. It's just doing its own magic. Allow.
I don't know. You know what? The audio is gonna go to shit, but let's just see. Cause I love this.
Uh, it should be okay. Hold on.
Okay, no big deal.
All right,
I don't
hold on.
even know why I live stream anyway. Because I
Sure.
can. Awesome. Oh, hi Jerry. Yay, Jerry. Shout out to Jerry from Facebook. By the way, he was on earlier. I think he was one of my first speakers on Tech Talk Tuesday. And Jerry, if you're watching, you know you're coming back on. You know, Patrick, this may not be the time to come on, and I love you for trying anyway. But
Your call.
you know what? If you can, you can, and if you can't, let's just keep talking. So
Yeah.
yeah, just keep talking while you figure things out. I love
Don't wait.
this.
Don't wait for that. Just let's see what happens. Right. Just keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going, man. Oh, and I'm gonna shout out to Retta Hannah. Oh, I love it. I love that the Xenu community is out there. I'll tell you more about the Xenu community towards the end, Patrick Moniz. Oh, I doxed you. It doesn't matter. So, Patrick, without giving dates and numbers of years, tell people and other personal information. Let's just kind of keep it career and tech minded. When was the first time we met?
All right. So keeping it within the framework of what you just said, I'm just going to focus on the microphone. I'm not going to worry too much about the camera right now. Anyway, the first time we met was when we were knee high to a grasshopper. So we were just little buds in the field.
Oh my God! Shut up! Stop being so poetic. Just we were in
No, for real.
kindergarten. It was
Yeah.
kindergarten.
Yeah, for real.
Okay. We were in kindergarten.
That was a long time ago, but yeah.
It was not that too long, Patrick.
All
Elbow.
right, I'll run it down for you really quick so that we just get the 15-second story really fast.
Wait. Before you go on, can everybody hear Patrick okay on Twitter? Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear him clearly? Thumbs up. Oh, a heart. Okay, full stack. I can hear you, Patrick, but somehow you're not. Your voice isn't quite as full bodied as it could be. Has it? I know it to be. So kind of like I don't know. Stick your face closer to your mic. I have no idea. Maybe I should be doing that to myself as well.
Hold on. Don't mind the rustle for a second. I'm gonna solve that problem right now.
All right. See,
Okay.
and if you're watching me, this is totally behind the scenes. Like, just chill, everybody, chill. Don't expect corporate. Okay. Test. Are you there?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
That's better for me anyway. That's much better.
All right. Hope I'm not booming out anybody's ears.
No. Okay. Continue.
All right. So, the 15-second story goes like this. We were in, and if I miss a timeline active, then you can fill in the blank. So we were in kindergarten together, and then and that school was like 80% Filipino, 70% Filipino.
No, it wasn't.
So it was a lot. It was so much.
Patrick, I was the only freaking Filipino.
No. Maybe by the time
this is when I left. Yeah. Okay. We're arguing. Okay. Go on.
But the school. By the time you left, but the school itself, everybody knows down in that part of downtown Toronto, it's majority Filipino. So much so that we all learned how to count in Tagalog and amongst other funny words. But that's how predominant it was: English, French, and Tagalog. Those are the three languages people were learning to be cool, hang out with the folks. Anyway, so then from there. And for real, I didn't forget much. I didn't see him something.
Wrap it up. Come on.
Yeah. So anyway, then we disappeared from each other. We went our ways. Our parents took us our separate ways, and we bounced back up in high school. That was crazy. And then from high school, we grew up again. We went our separate ways, and then boom, we reconnected thanks to the wonders of social media, I guess, or just Facebook. And you've been my supporter. You've been my colleague, and some of the think tank sessions and the brain sessions behind BrainTech Robotics, which I've been forever grateful for. So a great partner on the journey. Thank you so much.
Aw. Well,
you're for real. Thank you.
No, thanks so much. But yeah, I mean, I love that. So I keep in touch with a lot of my friends. As you can see, if I'm still connected with Patrick from kindergarten, and all. But okay, let's talk about brain. Okay, what I want to know is, and I really appreciate the people listening in. And Virtual X, thank you for joining in MetaMic. So I'm here with BrainTech Robotics CEO and co-founder Patrick Moniz. This is all about Tech Talk Tuesday, and there's a whole bunch of mishmash I want to cover. But I want to know from give me like what your background basically is, your career background-ish, and how you transitioned into BrainTech Robotics and why. I was trying to tell people before you came on, like what was the passion and motivation behind BrainTech Robotics, but because you're here, well, now you can.
Well, I'm a program manager for IT, so I do implementations for Fortune 500 companies in application development, financial systems in particular. But I've done a few other areas as well in the vertical markets. I also am PM for ERP and CRM implementations, in particular the Microsoft ecosystem. So anyway, that's been my career thing. And how I transitioned into robotics is because I've always had an interest in that. So on the side, I've built robots, programmed robots, and and just been a tinkerer and builder on the side. And we call them makers. And that's what I've done. And then when I saw that there was a gap in terms of when I first started the battle, there was a gap I saw for young women. And these are the types of projects that we were doing, programming, using Johnny 5 and some Python and different types of languages like that. She got involved with that and did really well in it, but found that it was hard to, make a stand in amongst their colleagues, even at that age. Because she was a girl, they were boys, and it was the boys would group together, and there'd only be one or two girls in the team in First Robotics on that team, and she got frustrated with the pass me the hammer, pass me the wrench, and not being heard. So I helped her, and so did her mom, but we helped her develop her skill set, and then she moved on to doing great things. Exceptionally great things, actually, in the area of science, technology, engineering, math.
Right, that's right. 100% right. Okay, so with okay. It's all, to me it's like it's been a decade that you've been working with this. Is that true?
I mean, we started. I don't want to kill it so hard, but I'd say about 9 years back, right? 9 years back, and really in the field when we first brought in our first group of young girls into the program. We had about 300 girls turned out to our first session. That was amazing. A full day workout of understanding theories of flights, studying motion, earthquakes and the likes, understanding about topography, and we have a bunch of technologies that we put together, or apparatuses rather, that we put together that allow the children to learn and develop skill sets. Fast forward to today, I think BrainTech Robotics has in its arsenal, in terms of apparatus, the most, or some of the more advanced or exciting forms of tech for children to play with and for children to learn on. We go beyond the basic telescope or the microscope and popsicle sticks and balloons and Lego robots. Or Lego robots. We go beyond that. Actual, quadruped robots that simulate or look pretty close to Boston Dynamics. The dog, for example, robot arms that have greater degrees of motion and actually engage with Python and RS programming. And we teach the children a lot about the kinetics and automation. And our drones are very cool as well. And now, we're incorporating AI as a positive and friendly tool to assist in helping children understand programming, not just click the finger and let AI do the work for you, but because that'll be a fail. But to actually do the work utilizing the tool in a positive way. So we help understand those things, kids to understand those things.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's cool.
But no, that's so much to digest for sure. Like, I love that you brought in AI. Let's talk about the Ontario Science Center. So I don't know. I was just saying to Metaverse Radio on the live stream. Like, to me, that was like the Willy Wonka, what is it, chocolate factory of science and tech, and I love that place. And I saw that post that you did that it closed, and I was like, oh my God. So anyway, it's such a synergistic thing that's happening right now. But what are your thoughts on the
It
Science
is.
Center? Mind you, it's not closing forever because I know they're opening up a new one, but it just closed so suddenly.
Well, like everybody, like many people, the Science Center has been the base one or base camp for learning or just experiencing and raising awareness around STEM. It's a place where if we didn't know what, electric currents were, we didn't know how things worked, this was the first time we would experience it, and it was also a fun way of experiencing it. So I took a lot of my motivations and inspiration from what I had gone through when I used to go to the Science Center. So I know it means a lot to like the Flemington community and a number of communities that go there. It closed suddenly. The talk is that it's moving to Ontario Science Center, Ontario Place. So it's going to be relocated. Not that it's going to stay. It's been in disrepair for quite some time, and so the story goes, and it's too unsafe a space at this point because the roof, which needs a serious amount of repair, won't. They think the risk is high. It will not sustain against a snowfall this winter or anything like that. So they don't want that risk of it collapsing. So they've just shut it down and said, okay, you're not going to go there anymore. Now the cost of doing the repair, this story is that they feel that it's money better spent if they go to the Ontario Place location and rebuild the Science Center there. It's up for debate which position is better, but that's what they're thinking of doing. The property where the Science Center is currently, I think they're thinking of redevelopment there. I think that's what they're looking at. I think the company is called Aspen Ridges Homes. They're a developer. They have an arm, a hand in all of this as well. And it's a great property it's a large enough property to put homes on. So I'm not sure what they're going to do, who's going to fight the fight, but we've been fighting it for a long time. It looks like the Ford government's going to put it in the direction that they want to put it in, despite what the people are saying.
Okay, so the good thing, the positive is that the Ontario Science Center will still exist, just at a different location, and we don't know when it'll be fully operational.
Right. Politics aside, they say they're going to resurrect it in a new location. The logistics behind, getting to that, or the sense of putting it beside the spa, which is going to be at the Ontario's Place, I don't know how it's all going to work. I think people eventually will get used to it. Carmen, I think they'll get used to the new location and they'll do what they have to do. But the immediate feeling is it hurts and it's confusing. And so where BrainTech Robotics has stepped in is, it was timely. We got our new building, our new location in the Dundas West Village just last week. The final closing on the discussions were being had, and so Ontario Science Center, with the sudden close, a lot of the organization itself is scrambling to find a place to keep their operation running because they have summer camps coming. So where are they gonna have them? So a lot of the families are now being displaced or disrupted from their plans, and so BrainTech Robotics is able to provide and is offering to pick up the slack for any parents whose children, they want the children to still get a STEM program for the summer. And in order to make it easy for them, we've actually reduced our prices just so we can have the kids have a place and the parents don't have to hustle too hard because they don't have to come all the way to the Dundas West location. So it's like 50% reduction in the price rate for anybody who's signing up. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I love how that happened. Like, so when the Ontario Science Center, the physical building shut down or closed, then you guys were able to get a building in the Dundas West Village. I
Yeah,
mean,
it wasn't even planned. It just the stars were just aligning. So right away, the next move I did was reduce the price and let the public know that hey, instead of $5.99, it's two. It's two. I think it's two. $250 or something to that effect. It's somewhere around there, $250, $300. Don't quote me. You have to take a look at the site. And you'll see it there. But it is drastically reduced to it, and the purpose of that is so that as many kids could come and the parents could make the transition easier without much, overthinking.
oh my God, that's like amazing. Oh, I wish I was in Toronto, and I love that you said the stars aligned because I was just gonna say that. I love that when that happens, especially more so in 2024. It's been happening. You know this, right? You've seen it happen like constantly and oh my God, I'm losing my words. But yeah, this is perfect, Patrick.
Yeah.
Do you know when is the first session of the summer camp?
The second week of July. It
Okay.
starts on the 8th. And
Yeah.
in order to give everyone a chance, the camps are actually 1 week long, and then another group can come. Now you can buy 2 sessions and be 2 weeks in, or you can say, I just want my kid to be there, and then they can stay as long as they want and just keep on buying the weeks at a time. But we've broken it up a week at a time so that everybody can always get a chance to come in. Because if you run a month-long program, a lot of parents will say, okay, so I missed coming in, so I can't come in anymore. They just don't come back or they don't check it out. But by having it week after week, then you see the posting and you can always just jump in to the game. It's like resetting the clock for parents who may miss the first kickoff week.
Right.
So every week we start again, and the program is slightly different each time. It gets a little bit more in depth. But there's a lot of things happening. We have a 4,000 square foot simulated lunar Mars surface with 6 rovers. The rovers are the size of chairs, to give you an idea. And we have a command post. So the Mars rover surface is in another part of the province, and we are here in Toronto. And you control, like NASA Control Center, those 6 rovers that are on a Mars surface, and you see a Mars surface, and it works pretty much like the same thing when gravity being what it is, so that doesn't count. But the experience is what's really important, the experiential. It's really cool.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So it always amazes me where you get your connections and partnerships.
It's kind of nuts. On our own property, we've got, it's 4,000 square feet. So we dedicated the whole basement to a drone city and robot city. So it's like a city. And the drones fly through the city in and around buildings, doing search and rescue, doing surveying with the cameras that are built in on the drones. And the robots, they do the program to survey the area. Pretty much cool stuff. Sensing other vehicles. It's got auto sensing. So they got lidars built. I don't want to get into all the technicals, but yeah. So there's a lot of cool things that kids can do to learn and memorable that they won't forget anytime soon. It'll be impactful.
I know. I kind of want to go like Dundas West Village. That's like a up and coming. You know what? You must visit G Mercado Market. I have like I have a friend there that actually I worked with Oh, anyway, Gil Guiarte, he used to be the CEO and founder of Lucky Student, and that was my kind of like my ticket in back to like staying in Toronto from Germany. Well, other than
Wow.
working with Neil, like when our Neil's in fintech, but yeah. So if it's Dundas West, there's like G Mercado somewhere. They have a cafe and a market, Italian market. Anyway, that's besides the point. But oh my God, this is so
Yeah,
amazing.
Liberty Village, Shaw Street. Yeah, it it's all down in that area.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Okay, I got a question for you. You have your programs are very much hands-on. Like very, very much hands-on. Like kids are building robots and programming them and everything like that. What is your thoughts on, like, I know, okay, there obviously software development and coding involves just like, I don't know, like doing this, moving with the mouse and stuff like that, and not really so much hands-on other than your mouse and your
Yeah.
keyboard. So what's my question? It's almost like, what are the benefit? Of course, there's benefits, but what are the disadvantages, pros and cons, and benefits or not non-benefits of having a learning style where it's definitely hands-on, and
Yeah.
another learning style where you're in AR, VR, and AI?
All right. All right. So maybe if I may take a stab at rephrasing the question so that A, that I could answer it, and maybe B, it's something that we can actually we can work with. Okay.
Thank you.
So right, at least from BrainTech Robotics perspective. So yeah. So maybe the question is, all right. So there's a standard way in which these kind of programs are working. Majority of places are doing, coding. So coding and development, the youth get behind a laptop to do coding. Some places are doing a little bit of building of the Lego robot, and and schools are running this thing called First Robotics, and they're actually building robots and programming, and they work in teams. Okay, so are there other ways to do this, and is there an advantage one way or the other? I think for the advantage one way or the other, if I go there first, it really depends on the learning style of the children that are engaged, the people that are engaged, the children that are engaged, and you quickly determine what style you like, and find your fit. Some students are able to sit through just hard coding, hacking, and really enjoy that, toying away at it. Other students need to mix it up a little. With BrainTech Robotics, we push the element of gamified learning. So gamified learning, incorporates having a sort of like if you think of a game, it's got an objective, there's a path, there's some challenges along the way, and you're adapting, you're staying agile as you move through the process. And instead of actually memorizing something and then going about doing it, you'll experience something, you'll hear about the rules, then you'll experience as you try, and then you'll make a correction. So you're constantly making corrections, progressive improvement, and you'll keep those, and then you'll build your memory muscle and through experientials as you continue to, and receive rewards as you go along the way. So this gamified experience allows children not to overly think or overly focus on memorizing the rules, memorizing the theory, right? They don't have to do all of that. They have to get a general understanding, start to get into it, see that something didn't work, find out how to make it work, and in that process of the correction, achieve another step, go forward in their journey, and remember what it was that they did to get it right, and then reapply that further on as they continue through the journey. 2-3 times, they've got memorization going. They've got memorization going. So, and because they're constantly being tweaked and challenged this way, they are motivated to continue to go through the journey. Can I get further? Can I get further? Can I get further? So it's really cool. And to me and to BrainTech Robotics, this is the most effective way of engaging. We found it to be successful. We found it to be extremely collaborative and really help children not just develop problem-solving skills, but to be able to adapt quickly, be agile and adapt. And we've seen children who come in the beginning who aren't of this nature, but after trying it a few times and working with it for a bit, they're not distressed about failing or tripping up along the way, because very much children are very sensitive about looking foolish or looking silly, and feeling very aware of others who might be looking at them, teachers' expectation, so on and so forth. And those things, they add a lot of pressure to one's ability to focus or to learn. And so we try to take all of that away. And we found that it's been successful.
Oh, I love that. That was totally you explained that, and you told that very, very well. I could definitely hear a little bit of feedback, but it's not really bad. Are you able to come on video?
Come on video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. You let me just set it up, because I took the microphone and put it on the floor, on the table. But yeah, hold on a minute.
Okay, no, that's great. What was I gonna say? Yeah. Okay, you covered that really, really well. I wanted to know. Oh, excuse me. Excuse for the hustling and bustling around.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Are you utilizing personally or brand wise social media or online engagement?
So you already know the answer to that. You're just teasing me.
I am. Why? I know, right? Sorry about. No, I'm not. I didn't mean to put you on a spot. It's like one of those, like.
No. Truth be told, I'm not as techy as I am. Social media and myself, we're distant friends. We just work where we have to work. But I certainly do not. I'm not savvy user of it as I should be. I know the right thing to do, but I don't do it.
Okay, the reason why I brought it up is because you can definitely on your account, like I see your account was up here, or I don't know, or on the BrainTech Robotics account, you definitely can host spaces with in terms of like STEM, learning, children, AI, AR, and all that stuff. And it doesn't even have to be centered around BrainTech Robotics and their initiatives and projects. It can just be like you sponsoring other people talking, and obviously it's going to bring more awareness and stuff like that, and develop that type of network online. Taking your like your real life online networking onto online, and it'll just like that whole back and forth kind of thing.
Yeah, you're right. And I think, you know me, I would immediately run to the digital femme, which is you, and say, yo, make this happen for me, because, I'm all about the hands-on. I'm old school. I'm all about the hands-on. I'm all about getting the flyers out to the people. I'm all about building relationships with community leaders and letting them do the voice out. I think that's why our classes have been no more than, what is that? Oh,
that's sorry, a phone call. No, that's fine.
How do I stop that from happening?
That's hilarious.
our classes have been, 20 to 40 kids at a time. So we don't have an avalanche like a school would of hundreds of students.
Are
Because
you
we don't get on the social media. I want to get on the social media. I would think I would want someone else to do it for me as opposed to me doing it. I'm not a big social media.
no? Are you affiliated with any like school
Does that make
boards?
any sense?
Yeah. Oh, I was on mute. Are you sorry about that? Yes,
Or did I
totally.
get bounced?
No. I was like I was yapping away and
Oh,
then I forgot I was on mute. No, it totally makes sense. Are you affiliated with any of the school boards in Ontario?
the Toronto District School Board is one of the school boards, and we have at least one private school that we've engaged with, and another district school board for on the French side out of Oakville that we've done that we've kicked off work with before. So, I mean, the Toronto District School Board, like most school boards, are very challenging to be part of as a permanent vendor or as a prime vendor. But we do have some board member executives who are working with us to try to engage, and it's very slow. It's very slow movement. So,
Yeah, I mean,
and if anyone out here knows about these folks and they have connections, we share that talk too.
yeah, that's true. Like institutions like that, it's very slow moving. A lot of red tape and hundreds of meetings and emails back and forth. It's insane. That's why I love like the web like the social space, the digital space where things happen really quick.
Yeah.
Especially on Twitter Space or on X Spaces, Twitter X Spaces. Like you meet somebody, you get on a DM, maybe you jump on a video call, and then bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna ask you this question. So as an entrepreneur, and to me, you've always been an
Yeah, you make
entrepreneur. Yeah. What three things have you learned about yourself? He's
I've
thinking.
learned that I don't just wear many hats, I grow many heads. I grow many heads for the many hats. I have to see all the angles. And then as a result of that, I've always never slept a lot. I sleep an average of about 3 hours a day, 3 to 4 hours a day at the most. That's my sleep time. I really don't. It's not really a big thing for me, so I don't really worry about that. I know it's kind of crazy, but it's been that way for decades. So, and I think it's in the DNA because I think my mom is a late night reader as well and a daytime worker as well. And now I see it in my daughter as well.
I think okay.
We just do it this way. I really don't. I can't explain it.
No.
But anyway,
Yeah, it's one thing to be a night person.
I see. Yeah.
Okay,
The
go
third
on.
one, you said? The three things? Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, go on. Oh, continue.
yeah. No, you can finish the sentence. Go ahead. It's true. I've heard it a million times. One thing to be a night person. It's another to be a. Oh, continue.
Yeah, go on.
I think the third thing as an entrepreneur is the third thing about being an entrepreneur is being able to how you engage. Like you have to do all the engagement. You have to read all of the engagements. You have to make all the engagements. You have to create them. They don't get created for you. You have to create them all. It's really hard work. All the community leaders, all the strategic partnering that you do. Like not everything is about the money. A lot of the times, it's just about building synergy, building relationships. They don't all come through right away. Some take forever to get to a place that you could see the return for like so that you could see the return. But you have to trust in the process. You have to trust in your vision. And I'd say you never put it down. Because many a times I wanted to put it down, or at least I've been told to put it down. But every single summer, like clockwork, a residence is made. Last year, we were at Fort York, the city of Toronto. We took up residency at the Fort York, and it's for the city of Toronto. City of Toronto gifted us a space, 6,000 square feet, to do STEM. That's big. That's crazy. So the year before there was another place, and then this year there was a gentleman who owned a gaming shop in the York Mills area. I think he'd love it if I told you guys. I think it's called Tarantula, or something that name, sort of something like that. I'll tell you and I'll get back to you. But anyway, he gifted us space in his location, and now I have a new home.
Wow.
So if I knew like before I got these places, I would have said, I don't really know where I'm going to end up. But then, and maybe I should stop. But no, I never stopped. Never, ever.
For 10 minutes.
And lo and behold, these places come up. And now this one's coming. Yeah. So if you've got a vision, you just can't see the future, folks. You just got to do it. And you just got to keep on pushing through the muck and through the dark cloud. It'll come through.
I mean,
It'll come through. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine, because I know how much you've been in the grind and the hustle with BrainTech Robotics. And
That's my 2 cents.
no, yeah, but in addition to your other, your other career, like you're a PM for all these high, top five Fortune 500 companies, and then you still manage to I don't know, like to continue with this BrainTech Robotics project. And I love that, like what you said, every summer, just when during the winter time, like, or in the dark of the winter, you're thinking of maybe not closing down, or thinking of closing down, something always happens in the horizon, like a venue opens up and an opportunity for BrainTech Robotics to continue. That is really amazing. I can't wait for the day when, and I know we talked a bit about in the past about your global vision for BrainTech Robotics, and I can't wait for the day when everything will just fruition and it'll be just as it will be. Do you know what I mean? Are you there? I know there's a lag. Can you hear me? And let's see. So if you can hear me, it's 4 minutes after the hour. I do want to close off by saying, what are your thoughts on?
That's the vision. I mean, you're right. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There's just like a 20-second lag.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No, yeah.
And
Continue. I love this. It's 4 minutes after the hour, and I do want to kind of like close off with you giving me your thoughts on artificial intelligence and its place in the future of education.
oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so there's this like really mega delay on Twitter X, so I'm just gonna wait for him to hear the audio that I just said like 10 seconds ago, and let's just see what happens. There's like a silence. Okay, so here's the thing. There's a huge lag between
If you can hear me, I think artificial intelligence. I think first of all, it's really about our educators. Our first and foremost, our educators have to start to use the technology more as a. You can't hear me.
I can hear you. Okay, I can hear you. There's just a 20-second lag.
If I
So
refresh my screen, will I get disconnected?
I don't know. Uh, okay. You're gonna, so you know what? This is really interesting. So literally, I'm in the future and he's in the past, like for like 20 seconds. I know this is a tech thing. So Patrick, you're gonna he's gonna get my questions 20 seconds or 25
Can you hear me
seconds in the
now?
future. Yes, I can hear you. So this is really interesting. I'm pretty sure it's the technology. I'm pretty sure. There's almost no
I
point.
can hear you.
Yeah, there's almost no point in me speaking, because it'll just have more audio that for him to like. It's gonna be too late anyway. Yeah, I know you can hear me. I can hear you. This is ridiculous. This is so funny. Anyway, if anybody has any questions for Patrick Maniz of BrainTech Robotics.
Wow, that's wild. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's still. I don't know what to do at this point. This is like interesting. So this is behind the scenes live streaming, and there are definitely
Okay.
lag issues, or I just crossed a time zone. I don't know. I probably entered some vortex came where I am literally like, I don't know, 20 seconds ahead of him, or it seems like 30 seconds now. So all the audio that I'm getting that I've already said like 30, 20 seconds ago, he is kind of like just now getting it. It's so interesting. I don't know, like I could wait for him to catch up to me in the future. This is so funny. Yeah, the more I talk, I don't know. I just decided, for those of you that can hear me in real time, I just decided to like mute myself to see if Patrick would catch up to the
Okay.
questions.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. But when I say yes, I can hear you, or maybe he's in the future, like I don't even know.
Oh, this is wild.
Okay, I guess, okay. So what I will do is I will close the space out. So for those of you that are listening and watching on the live stream, and especially Metaverse Radio, thank you so much for joining. And for those of you on the Twitter spaces that you can you hear me in real time on the Twitter space? Can you please put your
Okay,
thumbs
I'm
up?
not hearing you.
Yeah, we're
You
getting
can hear me now?
he's getting kind of rugged. That's okay. It happens. It happens. I'm the one that's
Okay.
rugged.
All right. All right.
Anyway, I'm really glad that everybody joined. Thank you. Shout out to Cowboy and Zombini for joining, and Rose for staying. El Soul and Builders, thank you so much for joining. Before we end Metaverse Radio, I will, unfortunately, this is like such a laggy thing, but I will do, before we end, I am going to do the disclaimer. I should have had it, but I closed it. So this program's content does not necessarily represent the views of Metaverse Radio and is for entertainment only. It is not legal, medical, financial, or investment advice. The
What's
hosts,
rugged
guest
mean?
speakers, artists, that's so cute, and other collaborators may have personal or financial interest in the subjects they discuss. So please critically assess the information present. Not all content is appropriate for all ages. Listener discretion is advised. How cute! I'll get in touch with him. Rugged means it's just like the tech issue is happening. That is so funny. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate everyone on Twitter. Shout out again to Cowboy Zambini, Drano, Redahan, Rose, Elias, El Sol, Full Stack, and all of you guys who have been here. Shout out to the Xenu Mainnets community. This is Tuesday. Wow, next Tuesday is going to be a new month, guys. This is insane. All right. So, with that said, it's time to close off, and now I get to do this intro. So, let's go. Da, da, da. I get to be
You're on mute.
DJ.
If you're telling you a disclaimer.
That's so cute.
Welcome to Tech Talk Tuesday, a place to learn and grow. Gather around, let's share our stories and watch our knowledge flow. We're building Web3s Come join the conversation. There's so much we can do. From blockchain to AI, the latest tech is here. Diving deep, exploring how it all.
Okay, have a great week, the rest of your week, everyone, and thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye. Thanks, Patrick, BrainTech Robotics, for joining. I'll get in touch with you. Yeah, this was like interesting. I love it. Okay, bye-bye, everyone. Wow, that was really fun. It was fun. In instances like that, like when you're doing this, like I said, this is just, this live stream is just for fun, and then the Twitter X Spaces is also for fun. Like I'm having a fun time, especially when there are issues that arise, like while you're doing something right in the middle of it. I honestly, I don't get phased. It's just like, okay, thank God it's not like, I believe in the 90s, early 90s and stuff. If anything like this were to happen, it would almost be like you're blacklisted, because it's like, oh, like this is not professional, or you had these tech issues and stuff. But whatever, people, whatever. What I do need to know is I do have to remember to always close off Metaverse Radio. So once again, thank you so much for listening. See you next week for Tech Talk Tuesday. And I will drop a mention that I do a, what was it called? The Thursday mix every Thursday. Hello, the Thursday mix at, what time do I do it at? Yes, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So if you catch me on Metaverse Radio, and I do live stream on Twitch as well. I don't do Facebook and Twitter. It's a different thing. It's a totally different vibe. The Thursday mix. Anyway, so I'll see you, everybody. I'll see you when I see you online. And again, have a great rest of your week. Okay, bye. Okay, I gotta close this. Thank God this is like a behind the scenes thing. I gotta make sure that it's actually ending. Like that, it literally stop recording, yes, because sometimes it just keeps going. I have to go to that Metaverse Radio. Let me see. Is it ended? I hope it has. And I will close the live stream. Bye-bye.